It's Thursday, 19th, 4 weeks in the books. Volunteer fair this week. It's Tuesday in the Activity Center. Be good to walk through and check things out. City of Mesa City has some opportunities if you like to create presentations or you're good at it. It'd be a good area to volunteer. They have a couple projects. Tech Club is meeting Tuesday, 9:30 to 10, and that'll be in MH216. Got a few things to talk about. All right. We connected our workstations, and we spent quite a bit of time on the ARP and Wireshark lab. Addresses, Wi-Fi, we didn't get to that, so we're going to look at Wi-Fi at the beginning on Tuesday. We also didn't get to the packet tracer install, so most of those will be an update, and we'll also look at that on Tuesday. Chapter 3 quiz, if they haven't taken it, they should have taken it. So we should have Chapter 3 pretty much wrapped up. Wrapped up. Okay. Pretty much at least once a week we'll talk about the OSI model, and we'll continue to compare it to the TCP IP model, which they did in the curriculum. These layers in the TC model application transport is still transport. Network here is called the internet. These two layers, the data link and the physical layer, this really makes sense. They are really network access. How do we access the network? We'll keep talking about this as we move along. This picture now gives us a whole look at our network. So this probably isn't the order we talked about it in class, but let's just take a look. We have a physical box, which is a firewall that stops traffic from coming in, but if traffic originates in the network, for example, we have a PC here that goes out. When it goes out, in this case to the internet, then it creates a path to allow the matching traffic back in. We have an area you'll learn more about later on called the DMZ. This is a network in which we allow certain traffic back in, for example, to access. In fact, this is all we let them access. This work server too. It's a web server. So we have this little tunnel made ahead of time. So somebody can be out here on the internet. Let me do this. Okay. And they're able to come in through the internet and get to this server. Okay. This is the internal address, and I believe we have published the public address. Talk maybe more about that later. So we are working on PCs connected to, in this case it was switch number 4, And then I created a special path through here so you could go out to the internet. And of course, same thing, if you went out, then it created a little tunnel back through for you to get back, for that traffic to get back in. Inside here is that default gateway. In fact, I can give the address for that. It was 172, in our case, 20.0.1. And there was actually a DHCP server running inside this switch that gave our workstations their addresses. So they all should have an address like this. 172.20. This is the network part of the address. And this is the interface part, or sometimes called the host part. This 255 marked that part of the network. My PC, which has a different route out, okay, this is its network part of the address. So you can see they're on different networks because that's a 31 and this is a 20. The only way networks like this can talk to each other is if the traffic gets routed through a router. Alright, so we spent a fair amount of time then finishing up some lab work working with Wireshark. So people had a few issues, but as a whole we were able to work through that. The concept there is to understand physical addresses. You can think about that. Media access control. How do we access the media? So what we were using, and we're going to add to that, what we were using on Thursday was Ethernet. And on Tuesday, we'll do similar things, but it'll be Wi-Fi. In fact, we'll do a couple different examples of Wi-Fi. So, pretty much wraps up Chapter 3, so what we should be working on in the curriculum is Chapter 4. And most of the students are doing a great job on working on the curriculum. If you haven't been working a lot on it, it's probably a good idea to get started. Alright, that is it for today.